Hi guys, my name is Jennifer. Me and Amanda love to do ARC reviews on our channel, Fiction Addictions. And in this video, I am doing an ARC review for Emily Henry's newest, A Great Big Beautiful Life. I did it as an electronic ARC, which is advanced reading copy. And so I'm just going to put a picture on the screen. And thank you first and foremost to Penguin Random House for giving me the opportunity to read this before the publication date. I have read, this is my fourth Emily Henry book, and I have to say, I'm pretty sure this is my favorite one of all the books I've read. The ones I have read are Book Lovers, Funny Story, and Happy Place. And what's funny is that when I started out with this one, I wasn't really sucked in at first. I want to say it took about 50%, and I was enjoying it, but nothing was really grabbing me into this story. The premise of the story is that there are two writers, Alice and Hayden, and they are meeting up with someone named Margaret. She is from a family of moguls. They're a rich family, been around forever, and her father was a huge newspaper and media mogul, and her mother was in Hollywood directing movies, and her father's family before him had created the media empire that they were known for. So she's like a socialite. She was in gossip magazines all the time, but she really did enjoy the attention. She has finally come to a point in her life where she decides she wants to write her memoir. And she meets up with Hayden and Alice and decides that for a month, she will meet with both of them separately and kind of have a contest as to who's going to write her story. So you see this story from Alice's point of view as she is meeting with Margaret, but also running into the other writer, Hayden. And at first, I think what was bugging me is that Alice very much is, I would call her like a people pleaser, but she talks about some of the relationships in her life, and she would rather not rock the boat, and she allows people to kind of use her, is the only way I can say it. And some of that was getting frustrating because I didn't want her to have, there was a guy that she's kind of interested in, and the way he communicates with her and treats her was frustrating because I just want to say, why are you letting him treat you like this? So I think that was part of the reason why the beginning of this book was getting frustrated, because of how she was letting some people treat her in her life. I would even say how originally her and Hayden were interacting. I didn't really like him at first because he was very standoffish, very closed off, and trying not to do any spoilers, you find out a lot through the rest of the story, not just about Alice and her family and friends, but also you find out a lot of information about Hayden that gives you a different perspective on them as people, and then also how they end up coming together, because there's a lot of flirting. Obviously, this is part love story as well. So the second half of this book, the 50% that completely sucked me in. And then I would say the last 20% had me just completely riveted and just an emotional mess at everything that you're finding out and how these characters are interacting and where the story goes without ruining it. Now, given I haven't read Beach Read, which is a very popular one from Emily Henry, or People You Meet on Vacation, again, very popular for her. But in my opinion, this is her best book to date. And I think it was just how you learn everything at the end. And I am a thriller reader lover at heart. So plot twists and things getting unburied and secrets are definitely something I'm drawn to. And it's probably one of the reasons why I love the second half of this book, because as you learn Margaret's life and everything that she is telling to them, you find out things that she has hidden, because she's been in seclusion for several years now, away from the limelight, but she's also older. But she has made sure to keep her life secret because she was so tired of how the gossip magazines were just tearing her and her family apart. So she finally gets to tell her side of the story. And of course, there are things that the gossip magazines and the newspapers didn't know. And so you learn things out at the end. And I would say those who have read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, if you love that book, I have a very strong feeling that there are elements of that book that are definitely present in this book. It's a little different, obviously. They're not completely similar, but there are a lot of similar aspects to it. And I absolutely love that book as well. So I think that if you have read that and you haven't tried Emily Henry, this might be a perfect one for you to try, because I love this book so much. I gave it 5 stars. It was the first Emily Henry, I believe, that I gave 5 stars. All the rest of them I gave 4 stars because I just enjoyed them so much. I love how she writes the characters. I love how she has them interact, and you see all aspects of each of their families and friends. And I think this one had definitely taken it up a notch, and I am so glad that I had a chance to read it. A Great Big Beautiful Life comes out April 22nd, which is not that far away. I would definitely recommend you putting it on your April TBR. I think it's going to be a big hit, to be honest. So thank you so much for watching my ARC review of Great Big Beautiful Life, and until next time.